Most dangerous female narcos in history. Today, we embark on a thrilling journey into the dark and intriguing world of the drug trade. While men have traditionally dominated this illicit industry, it is important to recognize that numerous women have also played significant roles, often shrouded in secrecy. These extraordinary women have carved their names in the annals of organized crime, not only for their involvement in the drug trade, but also for their ruthless tactics and violent activities. Their stories offer a unique window into a hidden world, where power, danger, and survival intertwine. Join us as we unravel their backgrounds, rise to power, alleged criminal activities, and the eventual course of justice that awaited them. Number 5. La Catrina. Let's dive deeper into the captivating and dramatic life of La Catrina, also known as Maria Guadalupe Lopez Esquivel. She was a notorious figure who led a ruthless hit squad, leaving a trail of bloodshed wherever they went. Born into humble beginnings, Maria grew up in the city of Tepalcatepec, Mexico, as the daughter of a rancher and a housewife. However, she always knew that she didn't want to confine herself to a regular life and despised the idea of school. In 2017, Maria ran away from home and found refuge with a member of the Jalisco New Generation cartel in Aguila. It was during this time that Maria adopted the name La Catrina, paying homage to the famous figure from the Day of the Dead festival. La Catrina became a part of a gang of young, attractive women soldiers who utilized their beauty and innocent looks to lure and assassinate members of rival gangs. As Maria's ambition grew, she eventually became the leader of her team and later rose to command a formidable hit squad. Together, they orchestrated multiple assassinations, extortions, and kidnappings, instilling fear into their enemies. In October 2017, tragedy struck when Mexican police executed a warrant at a residence, only to be ambushed by La Catrina's squad. It was a horrific massacre, resulting in the deaths of 13 officers and numerous injuries. However, the officers recognized La Catrina's voice during the attack, as she issued orders to kill. This revelation implicated her as the mastermind behind the ambush, and law enforcement knew they had to bring her to justice. On January 10, 2020, the National Guard received a tip regarding La Catrina's whereabouts. Amidst the chaos, La Catrina herself was shot in the jugular, sustaining a life-threatening injury. She was swiftly transported by helicopter for medical assistance while her comrades were apprehended and subdued. Tragically, at the tender age of 21, Maria Lopez lost her life inside the helicopter due to excessive blood loss. Her rise to power and ruthless reign had come to an abrupt end, underscoring the volatile nature of a life fueled by crime. Number 4. Sandra Avila Beltran. At number 4, we have the tumultuous life of Sandra Avila Beltran, a woman immersed in a world of crime and turbulent relationships, which ultimately culminated in a significant event that led to her downfall. Sandra's life was never destined for normalcy, as she was practically born into the infamous Sinaloa cartel. Her mother's family had a notorious reputation as heroin smugglers, while her father, Alfonso Avila Quintero, was the brother of Rafael Caro Quintero, a prominent leader of the Guadalajara cartel. By the tender age of 13, Sandra had become her father's official money counter, and it was during this time that she witnessed a massive shootout, an event that would leave an indelible mark on her young mind. Despite her chaotic upbringing, Sandra pursued an education in journalism at a prestigious university. However, her colleagues recall her as a withdrawn and perpetually suspicious individual. Nevertheless, this was merely her public persona at school. In 2001, the United States seized a tuna fishing boat transporting a staggering 9 tons of cocaine, an operation that exposed the magnitude of Sandra's drug trafficking activities. The incident earned her the nickname the Queen of the Pacific and placed her under intense scrutiny from law enforcement agencies. With hundreds of officers hot on her trail, working relentlessly to arrest her and dismantle the Sinaloa cartel, Sandra found herself on the run for 6 years, grappling with constant danger and adversity. Tragically, her violent means of negotiation resulted in the kidnapping of her son. After serving several years in prison, Sandra was released in 2015. Presently, she resides in Guadalajara, where she continues to navigate life outside the confines of prison walls. The story of Sandra Avila Beltran exemplifies the allure, dangers, and consequences of a life entangled in organized crime. Number 3. Jocelyn Alejandra Niño. Born in the 1990s to a relatively impoverished family in the northeastern region of Tamaulipas, Mexico, Jocelyn's early life was shrouded in ambiguity regarding her family's potential ties to local cartels. Whether due to familial connections or financial circumstances, Jocelyn found herself drawn toward the dark underbelly of illegal activities from a tender age. As she grew older, she became an active member of the Gulf Cartel, assuming the role of an assassin while still in high school. It was during this time that she earned her nickname La Flaca, meaning the skinny one in English. Although Jocelyn's diminutive stature stood in stark contrast to the massive firearm she wielded, her moniker also carried cultural significance. In Mexican tradition, La Flaca refers to a female skeleton saint known as Our Lady of Holy Death, often depicted in artwork during the popular Day of the Dead festival. However, the notion of being a young assassin at the age of 18 may initially sound captivating, but there was nothing glamorous or admirable about it. First and foremost, La Flaca claimed numerous lives under the instructions of her even more ruthless superiors. Secondly, life within the cartel was far from glorious. While the exact details of La Flaca's ascent to the position of an assassin remain uncertain, it was not uncommon for young girls like her, hailing from impoverished backgrounds, to start as lookouts for the gang or even engage in illegal street work. They endured unimaginable mistreatment and abuse before gaining any semblance of authority. Even then, the allure of fame and wealth was overshadowed by the grim realities of the cartel lifestyle. Jocelyn will forever remain a haunting symbol of the tragic consequences that befall those drawn into the treacherous world of cartels. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of the lives lost, the shattered dreams, and the unrelenting violence that permeates the criminal underworld, leaving behind a legacy of despair and heartache. Number 2. Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda. At number 2, we have the violent life of Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda, also known as La China, who defied societal norms as a female commander of a ruthless cartel army. Melissa, born on August 12, 1984 in Mexico, had already mapped out her fate by the age of 20. Her ambition knew no bounds as she set her sights on becoming a cartel leader, willing to do whatever it took to achieve her goal. In 2005, Melissa joined the infamous Damaso cartel, a subdivision of the Sinaloa cartel. Unfazed by the predominantly male environment, she showcased her ruthless nature and unyielding ambition. Melissa proved that she could be just as aggressive as her male counterparts, often leveraging her feminine charm to advance her position within the ranks. By 2008, Melissa had ascended to the rank of commander of the cartel's armed unit. During her tenure, the rate of crime in the region skyrocketed, leaving even the most violent criminals in her gang shocked by her insatiable thirst for blood. Her brutal tactics included killing police officers, kidnapping individuals for extortion, and dismembering enemies from rival gangs. It is estimated that La China and her unit were responsible for at least 178 deaths. As a reward for her soldiers' successful missions, Melissa would bestow upon them large bags of white powder, further fueling their loyalty. On September 20th, 2015, La China's attempt to flee the state was thwarted when she was apprehended at the Cabo San Lucas International Airport. Her escape plans were dashed, and she would spend the rest of her life behind bars. Melissa will forever be remembered as a notorious figure within the realm of cartels. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of the depravity and violence that permeate these criminal organizations. Number 1. La Jefe. At number 1, we have the intriguing life of Ana Dina Arellano Fili, commonly known as La Jefa, meaning the boss in the Mexican cartel world. Born on April 12, 1961 in Sinaloa, Ana Dina hailed from a family deeply entrenched in the world of drug trafficking. Growing up surrounded by relatives who were involved in illicit activities, it was only natural for her to be influenced by their lifestyle and ambitions. Ana Dina's older brother worked under their infamous uncle, Miguel Ángel Felix Gallardo, a notorious drug lord and the leader of the Guadalajara cartel. This familial association exposed her to the inner workings of the criminal underworld from an early age. Despite obtaining a bachelor's degree in accounting, Ana Dina did not diverge from the cartel life. Instead, she utilized her financial expertise to aid her 6 brothers as a money laundering advisor for the Tijuana cartel. Operating in the shadows, Ana Dina has managed to evade the intense scrutiny of both the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, and Mexican authorities. Despite leading one of the largest Mexican cartels, she remains a low-priority target for law enforcement agencies. This strategic elusiveness has enabled her to maintain her position as La Jefa, overseeing the cartel's operations from a position of relative safety. As the years pass, Ana Dina Arellano Fili continues to command her empire discreetly, shrouded in the enigmatic aura of her leadership. Her calculated and composed approach has propelled her to the upper echelons of the criminal underworld, firmly establishing her as a formidable force within the Mexican cartel landscape. We appreciate your feedback on the video. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you found this video enjoyable, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel before you go. Thank you for watching.